Messed up there. Fierce Esports won the knife round, so looks like they're just going to be switching on to the CT side as we're about to get started here. I believe this is Heretics map pick. Actually, no, this is Fierce's map pick, actually. Next map's going to be Nuke and Inferno, of course. So, that's the answer for those asking what the maps are. And an epic battle against the French and the British. Historical battle between the two. Thankfully this time it's on CSGO, not elsewhere. As looks like Heretics is just gonna be pushing on to A here, just fast push but slowing down near the end there. Trying to see if they can find any picks on A. Fierce is actually holding very passive to the back with the USPs. Good long range with those USPs trying to get something done here. Heretics are boosting though. Looks like they might try a run boost. Or actually, no, they're not. He gets off as he takes a peek over. And it looks like they are setting up the smokes. If they have only two mollies here remaining. One Kirishima and one Lucky. Some of the more known players on this team. As they're pushing on forward, Jenko trying to shoot through the smoke. He does not get anything, but look at this flank here from David. He can actually catch out Faye here. He does not. He gets caught out and moves all the way back. Now Lucky plants the bomb. So actually all the players are coming all together here. No flanks. Trying to see what they can get done, but David of course watching the back, making sure they do not flank. It looks like they're just gonna set up that flash. Moving in. Astro. Deck actually gets one, Jenko gets another one. Lucky picks on Frey. All 2 versus 3 already. 3 versus 1. David all by his lonesome gets one through the smoke. Jenko does not manage to defuse it. Now they have to cover their teammate, try to get that last kill. Astro is trying to defuse. Does he manage to get the defuse? He does get the defuse. David does not manage to do it, but honestly, a very good try here from David. Did what he can. And in the end, he saves that armor as well. He does not get hit and waste that armor. So he does upgrade to the full Kevlar with only 350 money usage. And Heretics, they do manage to plant that bomb and get a second buy on the second round. So looks like the guns are actually very stable on both teams. I mean, they're both kind of shabby. Pulse and Frey, of course, with that MP9. All Heretics does have those 2 Deagles. They do have 2 Galils and 2 Famouses on each side. 2 of the buffed weapons, quote unquote. Honestly speaking, I can't prefer the Famouses upgrade over the Galil. I don't feel like the Galils improve that much. Then again, I've never been that good at recoil with the Galil, so that's personal opinion. The FAMAS though is actually pretty good, especially long range nowadays. So I need to switch myself over. Denmark. With that question asking. Oh, look at Astro actually. He can manage to get multiple people from the back. He does not. He only gets one. Mecha was very clear that there might be one person there, as they do nade out Jenko as well. Only 2 MP9s remaining as Pulse does pick up that FAMAS. Are they gonna go for this? 2 versus 4. I guess they could see what they can get done here. Just a random, as they call it, underthrow. See if we can get some damage done. And I think they might actually be saving here. Yep, just saving with whatever weapons they have left, as you could pick up that last FAMAS on Kirishima. Heretics with a force buy manages to win out on their force buy as well. Fierce on the back end here. Ball is no longer in their court. As Pulse wants to try keep on this weapon. He does not actually kill Zivudek. As he goes down, it's only down to Frey with that MP9. I don't think he saves it either, and he doesn't. And now down to 1.4k on Fierce. I mean, they could force it, yeah. If it's not like even near 2k, you can't really buy the next round. So most players just tend to buy out if they have 1.4k or below. So that's what they're gonna go for here. The Eagles, CZ, P250. You know, they can get down A. They don't have a lot of utility either. They used up their only smoke here. A bit of a one-way towards that sandbag position. If they decide to push into it. Is my Inglando that bad? Trying my best. Maka. Looks like they're just moving closer and closer towards A, trying to get as much information as they can before they push in case there's a stack. As they look like they're about to nade stack. Yeah, just sandbags. No one there. They do know there's at least one person here. Jenko goes down, gets a bit too enthusiastic with his push. Does not manage to get anything out of it though. As there are still 3 players there as they set up the smoke. So it looks like they're just gonna go straight on into A. Only 3 players with pistols. Oh, we actually get shot through the smoke. Although they do get killed, 2 kills out of it as well. So now it's 3 versus 2. It's a lot closer than I expected it to be, especially with that one-man loss in the beginning of the round. Looks like they're just gonna try to play it as safe as possible. Worried about those last 2 pistols, of course, as Kiyoshima does take an outro. And now it done round. That was actually a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. Two to 1. Fierce, of course, after force buying into that, does not have the money to buy anymore. So they're just gonna save out with above 2k that they have currently. They can try to get as many weapons as they can next round. Of course, they're not gonna have all the utility as they'd like, but enough, hopefully, for them on their CT side in Vertigo. This is, after all, their map pick, and this is, after all, their chosen side, as they did win the knife round as well. So all eyes on Fierce, as everything leads towards them in terms of the veto. Up both the side and everything. Pulse gets aggressive after that molly, goes down immediately. It looks like it's going to be a clean and easy round, as there are 2 players actually quite low HP. Dubedek does get that, does get Junko as well, so now all down to Loser. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Loser? For British players, they have quite confusing names sometimes. Does know where that low player is as he picks up the AK. Doesn't get anything out of it though. He gets a bit of damage, unlucky, but that's pretty much it. 3 to 1. 3 to 1. So finally, Fierce able to buy out the weapons they need. Those are going for the op with glass cannon. So no armor for him. No utility, they're just going for that pure glass cannon. So first gun round here from both teams. I'm interested to see how Fierce takes on this round, especially now that they're sort of on the back foot so far in terms of momentum of this side so far. Still early days. Nothing to really worry about just yet. Looks like they're just gonna be holding more passively, while Heretics again going for that A execute. Will they manage to force them out here though, as they are playing passive with those 3 players, trying to hold behind the boxes, prevent the push, just smoking out what they can, volleying out what they can as well, seeing if they can prevent them from going in. Heretics doesn't seem too phased by this though. They are aware of the players behind the side, as they have been nading out constantly. Why are they gonna go with this though? 51 seconds remaining. Still enough time. As they are moving in close, so that glass cannon does take a bit of damage, but he does hit Dubedek where he goes down immediately. Pulse tries to trade as well. They get one more. Jenko gets lucky on the bump site, so now it's down to 3 versus 4. Dubedek, low HP, manages to plant the bomb. Now where are they going to go with this? They don't have that much utility left. They do have a few flashes if they wish to push in here. They look like they're just trying to get the peaks. Dovek does take out Frey. Good job from Dovek so far this round, as he does get the second as well. 3 kills here for Dovek. Now it's down to David. 1 versus 2. He does get 1. Now it's all down to Astro. Is Astro going to be able to defuse? He does not have a kit either. He needs to either pick one up or get the hell out of dodge. He looks like that's what he's going to do. Gets that op for Lizzie for the next round. And another good job here for mostly Dovek. Actually, Dovek did a lot that round. Managed to kill the Opera. Managed to kill 2 people retaking as well. Good job there from Dovek. Good job from Heretics in general. Down to a 1 versus 1 in the end. Now it's 4-1 to Heretics. All they have Fierce is that trusty op that they aren't going to get to Lose this time. They're just sticking with Astro, which I believe is the one who picked up the weapon. He does have the armor, though you can debate whether the op needs the armor as much. But if they're comfortable with it. Oh, but look where he's holding though. Gets immediately shot from underneath. That's a problem with one of the issues with Vertigo as well. There's so many angles to hold, especially when it comes to verticality. Does not get anything out of that op, as they look like they're just trying to retake B so get that op back. They do get that op back, so it's now 4 versus 2. Probably just gonna save those weapons. That would be the smart thing to do. As Pulse is making a lot of noise, David takes him out. However, it's just best to hold from within V. Decides to run a marathon instead. All down to Lizzie. I'll switch to him. He might actually get jumped on from behind, as he does hear him fall from behind him. Although he does jump back towards mid. Those are kind of getting sandwiched here in between 2 sides. Gets pre-fired, gets shot a little bit. Is he going to be able to save this? He does not. So down goes the op, as Heretics with a 5 rounds does not take that op either. Well, T-side Vertigo, you don't tend to see as many ops as maybe majority of the maps. Of course, there are some teams who do, especially the top tier teams, who do tend to pick up that op regardless. Although for the majority of the time, I've seen either 1 or 2 ops on CT side. As Frey and Loz are going to be holding those 2 ops this time around. Not a lot of utility here for Fierce. And looks like Heretics again moving towards A. Kishima tries to nade over, see if he gets some damage. Does not bounce as far, so Jenko does not lose too much. Although he does get spammed, Jenko does get lucky through the wall though. Saw the trajectory of those bullets, managed to get him in return. So, good enough. You lose a bit of HP, get a kill out of it. 4 versus 5, good start already for Fierce. Although that missed op shot, will it come to punish them, as Heretics again going towards that A side. Duvik does take down Jenko. 4 versus 4, they already lose that man advantage, as they are again holding towards A. Seems Heretics really enjoying this A side, abusing the A side so far. Fierce does not seem to have much of an answer for it. Not really going as aggressive as maybe they could be. Mostly holding behind those sites, allowing them to just take over the site. And then just working towards that retake. David does take down Frey, all down to those 3 players holding from the site. Again, another missed op shot there. Luze not doing so well that op so far. Not having the best of days. His Heretics again manages to take over A and win the round. By the way, it's not Duvik, it's the Duvik. Here's the thing, right? When you're trying to cast fast, it's easier just to say Dubidik. His name's sort of long. I could just say Devil. That'll please you guys. I'll shorten the name. As Fierce, all down to a trusty scout and a few pistols. See if they can do this scout. But again, they are holding very passive on the A side. Thing is, with all this passive holding, they're just allowing Heretics to take most of the ramp control, and they just allow to move in slowly, use that utility, just take on that control, and then just immediately take the site afterwards. And they just hope on a retake, but they haven't been doing so well in these retakes. Lucky, can he get taken down? He does get taken down, as both players manage to hit a shot on his chest at the same time. Picks up the AK, so another weapon here. David takes on Astro, knowing that there's two players here. Ooh, but Luze does get him from behind. Down to a 2 versus 3 actually. Davidovic, as you guys want me to call him, is trying to do what he can on the A side, controlling that side. They'll see the left shoulder from Luze. That's the curse of the left shoulder. You can see him first. Frey does take down Davidovic. Kishima, 1 versus 1. Is this a chance opportunity here for Fierce to finally get another round on the board, as Kishima very aware of a push here, but maybe not from this side. He does peek him as he jumps up, but Frey finally gets a round here for Fierce. Gonna be a 6-2, and it's about time. Considering this is their map pick, this is the side they chose here, Fierce. They haven't been doing so well on the beginning of the start of this half. As it comes on to the 9th round. Guys always ask where I'm from. Where do I sound like I'm from? I'm just very curious. Pierce on a full gun rounds, they're both on a full gun rounds. Heretics did win quite a few rounds, some of them with almost a clean sweep actually. A few of them not so much. Yep. Actually, 2 of the rounds with 4 players remaining, so they had quite a bit of leftover money here. That's it again, trying to take A control. Lozy does get one through the sandbag. Kishima taken down at the beginning of the round. Kishima, as they call him, the problem in as the meme goes. It's actually been a while since I've seen Kishima. She was in a lot of top tier teams back in the day. Ooh, Maka does take down Lozer. Yeah, Dansk. Astro does take 2. Down to 2 versus 4 here as they're trying to push this. He flashed out, but I don't think he actually got out of that smoke fully. It's Maka does not actually shoot back. All down to Lucky on his lonesome. 1 versus 4. I am in fact a Dane. Yeah, Dansk, men. I don't. I have multiple. I don't have a dialect actually. Studied in an American school, etc. I know 3 languages as well, so. I try to remove as much as a dialect as possible. Funny enough, the less of a dialect you have, the more you sound American. What language do you learn? English, Danish, German, Arabic, and Japanese. A bit Japanese as well. Kawaii. 3 to 6. Looks like there's going to be a tactical pause here for Fierce Esports. Yeah, I'm prepared, you know, for the invasion. No politics here. I'm actually quite fascinated by their culture. Hope to go to Japan one day. Well, it's probably the most expensive country to ever visit, really. Yep, they are 2-minute pauses, but they don't actually require using all 2 minutes. So it looks like they are going to stop it beforehand as 3 to 6. Fierce getting back slowly and slowly. And they did manage to survive with 4 players as well, so got a bit of money saved. They could buy next round if they want to. Loza not as much money as the rest, but he could get dropped something if they lose this round. As again, Heretics. I mean, I swear there's a magnet on the A side where they just constantly get absorbed towards. I don't think they've even been in B. They only have 1 player there. I mean, they've pretty much given up holding the B side, Fierce. As they're moving again closer and closer, just nade stacking. Yep, nade stacking towards sandbag. I basically memorized the system now. They go forward, they Molotov them cross position, then they nade stack the sandbags, they smoke this area where it just bounces off towards the site. 1 molly towards the thing, and then they flash. How are they gonna flash? They're gonna wait a little bit first. Then they're gonna flash bounce as well towards the site, the back of the site. It's just like a set default that they've been having on the A side, and it's been working. How do you get to see it? Well, practice, I guess. You cast a lot of local lands, etc. I used to be an analyst, not actually a caster. Oh, I'll get back to that. Maka does get that revenge frag as well. Maka gets 2. Lucky, he manages to kill out Pulse. All down to a 2 versus 4. Again, they've been pushing towards this A side. Loza does get 1 on Dividuvik, as Lucky trying to peek towards that corner as he goes back, holds the after plant positions. Loza, all by his ones, trying to hold that corner as Frey does take out Maka. Smokes in. Loza, is this going to be a successful retake? It is a successful retake. And Fierce is actually looking better and better. Maybe a bit more fierce as this game goes. You do a lot of practice. I was semi-pro in TWC like back in the day, and I played as an analyst before I started going into casting. Really, not a full-time caster. Do it here and there. That's pure. One was asking about how do you get into casting. Mostly just local stuff, really. 46. As it looks like Heretics deciding against the A site. Ooh, look at that meaty nade though. Lucky Kirishima. And I think Duvik also gets hit by that nade. Lucky does take down Frey, as he only had 1 player here. Pulse going back from mid, trying to see if he can get something done here. He does manage to get Lucky. Does he get the second? Maka holding towards him. Maka does take him down. 4 versus 3 already. And very early in the round here, it's only 1 minute and 16 seconds. That's a lot of time still remaining. So early push here from Heretics. Takes over that B side as they're trying to prove that they don't only know the A side, but they know the B side as well. As they take it quite convincingly. Frey did get that massive one tap in the beginning though. Lose, another retake down to a 3 versus 3. As Kirishima trying to hold the alpha angle. That's one. Does he get the bomb planted? He knows that he's faking it, so he's just holding it close. Duvidovic just pushed through. Managed to take out Lose, and he does take down Astro as well. Down to I think it was a 3 versus 1 there by the end of it. 3 versus 2. As he saves again the round here for Heretics. Look at the score here from Davidovic. 16 and 7 already. As let's check out the ADR, shall we? Really good ADR here from Davidovic. Very impressive. For those wondering what these mean, I'll put over. And he's flash 12. Oh, let me switch it back. Although they got 4 rounds here, Fierce. Not as convincing, the kills. But they are very balanced. I wish I could understand anything you guys are saying. Heretics. Again, defaulting back to A. You know what? We showed them how we played B. Let's go back to our usual selves. See if they're gonna do the usual. Davidovic actually avoiding that early molly. They try and go for the surprise factor this time around. As they are not... This is actually not the usual default. They usually have multiple players here. With the mollies, with the utility just taking over the ramp's position. But no, they only sent 2 people there. Just to hold left and the right side of that. What do you even call it? I mean, it's a new position. Vertigo has been changed multiple times. I don't even know if it has a name yet. But wherever Davidovic is sitting. That little flank position. As it looks like they're just going to go towards mid here. Sorry, random cough. I get used to the winter weather. It was like snowing and then it stopped snowing and it was hot and then it was cold again. It's so confusing. It looks like they're just going to be smoking towards the position as they might be going towards B. They have one person already there waiting for them. They molly out Astro. They could jump through that little gap if they wanted to. Looks like they are. Oh, look at this little boost though. Cheeky boost. As they're trying to see if they can catch anything over. David does get Astro as the camera did not want to show that. As Pulse all by... Actually, he has one more teammate with him here. What's he going to be get out of this? Frey goes down. What? That was Kirishima that got the second one, right? Oh, was that? Okay, I did not expect that random one tap. Oh, random to me, probably not for him. Does he get the last kill? He does get the last kill. Kirishima. What was that? Oh my god, if we had like an official like LAN perspective, I would have loved to see a replay of that. I did not expect that second one. That did not look like it was him. I thought it was someone else that got it. Oh, what a shot there from Kirishima. Mr. Problem is the Mr. Savior here for Heretics. As again, Fierce on an eco, just trying to get what they can. Davidovic actually gets 3, although it looks like it's going to be a done round here. Kirishima gets the last 2. Not so happy with his spray, clearly, as he shakes his mouse in anger. Still manages to get them, though. And Fierce, another gun round, but they're slowly losing rounds here, regardless of how much money they've been making. This is going to be the 4th. I mean, look at rounds that they've lost. They've only won one in the pistol round. They've lost every single one since then. Won 3 and lost another 3, so they will be getting the loss bonus soon, the maximum loss bonus. But still, I think they prefer getting these last 2 rounds than caring about that loss bonus. Looks like they're just gonna be moving here towards B. As come on, oh there you go. Astra gets one, gets a second from the back. As they weren't aware of his position, he gets a third as well. David all by himself. 1 versus 5. Can he get anything done here? As I want to switch to him specifically. Okay, too late. Only gets the 1 as he goes down immediately after. 9 to 5. And almost a done deal on the first half. Of the side here for Fierce Gaming. This was their map choice, their half pick as well. They chose the CT side after winning the 9th round. Not doing as well as they would have hoped. Although 5 rounds isn't too bad actually. I mean, it was much worse in the beginning. They did get quite a few rounds near the end there. And if they can win this last round, this would be actually quite good for them. Actually quite good. Is the mic too loud? I can try to further it away from me. How's this? Tell me if it's too low now. Although, we'll probably get too loud once we start yelling. Although I'm trying not to yell as much as possible. It's always good to hype, but it's always good to keep your voice as well. I haven't trained in screaming, of course. Oh, looks like they're just going to be moving closer and closer towards B, using that utility as Fear is actually holding from behind. Mecha gets 1 through the smoke with the deagle, as they are moving closer and closer, just trying to get as much as they can do through those smokes. Again, just mostly a smoke battle. Kirishima gets mollied, so he has to move out of his position, as they are throwing another molly here towards side. Kirishima again being pushed out of position as he gets shot through the smoke as well. 3 versus 3, they're running out of time, they need to start moving. And another flash here as they move closer again. Maka misses that shot that Nate was also missed by didn't go. That smoke just trying to hold that cross as they need to cross over. The smoke is not covering the bomb itself. They get all 3 players in the exact same time. Do they have time? I think they do, and they do. 9 to 6. That was a very fast end of the round there. I did not expect them to get all 3 kills at the exact same time. That was a very good play there from Piers. A bit too close for comfort. Let's see, and there are men down as well. I love his name though. As they're moving on to the second half. 9 to 6. Good half from both teams. I think they'll both be decently happy with that. Different round. Is this the drunken cast or different today? I don't know. Depends. What's your definition of drunk? I haven't been drinking, no. Be kind of a stupid thing to do when you're casting also. The one who picked this map is Fierce. Vertigo. So, good half, 9 to 6, as Heretics switch to their CT side to see how well they do on their CT side. They're doing very different already from Fierce. They're going aggressive rather than passive. As they do get flashed out, they decide to move a bit more back. One person still towards sandbags. As it looks like they're just trying to take that control and hold the map at the moment. Not really deciding exactly where to go yet. Seeing if they can get some kind of action somewhere. Who is the one casting that one? I'm very curious to know. Looks like they're just gonna be going now to seeing if they can get anything done here. Oh, they kind of line up there almost. Maka does get some information as they're aware they might be an A push now. As they're pushing from everywhere. There's one hiding behind the smoke. He does not get anything done though. David, opportunity lost, and Heretics all down to Kirishima. All by his lonesome as he tries to get something done. And nothing gets done as he's been taken down. Down to almost a clean sweep actually. They survived with 4 players. Yep. Survive with 4 players. As some of them have to, well actually all of them I think had to buy armor. What do you call it? They had to buy the full armor from scratch if they got hit a little bit. They just need to buy that head armor for the full 1k rather than spending 350. They do have a few Galils. Oh, they're against the Eagles. As they lean closer and closer towards A. Nade stack towards the ramp, does not manage to hit Loza. As it looks like just trying to get some information, trying to keep that map control, seeing if they can wall bang towards Duvik. Does not manage to get anything out of that. Just a little bit of a chip damage. A lot of chip damage against David Duvik now, down to 11 HP. Nade stack now. Decent nade damage, Loza down to 42 HP. After that, Deagle shot through the smoke as Pulse is moving forward. Those take down Lucky. Now it looks like they have the sight, but there is one person in the smoke. Oh, they catch the person in the smoke. Now it's all down to David and Kirishima with those pistols and armor. And this was a force buy that did not manage to do anything out of it. And just gonna try to save those 2 pistols. Try not to fall. Kirishima does not. Living on the edge, literally. Yeah, hold on to that 5-7. Of course, once you're in that position, you can't really get out of it. That he wants to. I'm surprised actually how many people are not speaking English, considering there's a British match going on. A British. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Don't hate me. 9-8 Heretics. Olsian and Nico, just those 2 saved armors. I am not, no. Although I may sound like that sometimes. Pulse gets a bit of damage. Kirishima is actually 1 HP. All he has right now with his armor, I think he should probably drop that 5-7 to one of the USP players. Or the one USP player. Although I don't think Maka is anywhere near him. Lovely grenade there from Pulse. As they call it the NA nade. Setting up towards A. Fierce Gaming. Fierce Esports, I call him Fierce Gaming. Duvik actually gets one with the help of Kirishima. Lucky gets taken down. Maka gets another one with the USP. 3 versus 4 already, but look at these HPs here from Heretics. They don't have a lot going for them. As another kill here, Kirishima with no armor, no HP, gets an assist and a kill as well. Down to a 2 versus 3. But is it really a 2 versus 3 with this? Another one taken down to Jenko. All alone here. What can he do? With 3 players against him, Kirishima can actually flank him here. Don't think he knows the position. He does get taken down by David. And 3 players surviving here from Heretics. This was mostly an eco. I think there's only 2 players with armor. The rest of the players with no armor whatsoever with just Deagle and PP250s. Manages to take the round from Fierce and pick up the weapons as well. Managed to save a lot of money there as well, considering they had to save those weapons. Fierce getting forced to buy with whatever utility they can save up on that round. Only one smoke on as well on Jenko. Pause sounds like a technical pause actually. Usually with a tactical pause there would show on the screen if it was a tactical pause. So it looks like one of the players must be having an issue. So 10-8 Heretics after winning another eco. Or force buy I should say. Keep in mind they did win the force buy on the first half. Actually, that is true. Think about it. This was not a force buy, it was the 3rd round. After losing a force buy, they won the eco. On the first half, they did manage to win. The force buy on the 2nd round. So Heretics with the pistols actually been doing really well for their team. On the force buys especially. Pierce never seemed to have an answer for it. Although still early days, still 10-8. Still an opportunity for them. Ah, yes, the freeze time has been cancelled. Looks like we'll be getting back into this as both teams have a buy round. Not the best of weaponry, of course, from each side, as Fierce has a very little amount of utility as well. Looks like they'll be going towards. Actually, this might be the map control. Few players around the mid position. Kirishima does get shot through the smoke. Down to 46 HP. Kirishima's been having a lot of trouble on that B side, getting immediately shut down to either 1 HP from the previous round, or now down to 46 through the smoke as well. Not the best early days there for Kirishima. Must be very tilting. As Fierce takes over that mid control position. Boosting over as well for Jenko. We're gonna be. Oh, I thought they were gonna be peeking together, but I guess Jenko decides against it. As they smoke the left side and maybe considering. Actually, I'm not even sure what they're considering at this point. Pulse and Luz are actually holding very passive. But wondering if they're going to be pushing towards B or not. They should be. They are actually now 2 players pushing there from the T spawn. And looks like they're just going to be moving towards B. There's actually 1 player boosted, Jenko, who does take down David with that really cheeky boost position. Kirishima all in slow time on the inside gets taken down. Does not manage to get anything done this round as Dubik gets 1, he gets 2. Does he get the 3rd? He does not. Asho, lower HP. Actually, not so bad. He only gets down to 73. 2 versus 3. As Lucky takes him down to 6. Looking like they're trying to retake, but slowly running out of time as if you get right in front of him. Lucky does pick that up, gets the 1 kill as well on Astro. Finishes him off from earlier. 2 versus 2. As Astro will be holding. Actually, it's Maka who picked up a defuse. Can try to defuse. As he gets one, does he finish the defuse? He does not get the defuse. Fierce manages to win the round on the very last second. I wish I could see how much of that defuse was. And a very close round here from Fierce, as they do not have as much money as they would have liked. Just sticking with those two Mac 10s, and Heretics actually going for another half buy, just getting it to 2k so they can buy next round. But at least the Eagles, they can get something done. They did win that previous force buy, keep in mind. Although this isn't the force, but still, the Eagles get something done. They do lose 2 players though, so looking more and more unlikely. Gets another one down as well. All down to David and Kiyishima. Oh, I think Kiyishima just got shot while he was on the ladder actually. Luzo was on the ladder, that is. Lane sweep here from Fierce. They still do have those 2 Mac 10s. Pretty good weapons from close range, not so much on further range. As Heretics, Fine goes for another full buy. That's a lot of utility though on their side. They do manage to get the op though, worth noting. Let's see if they decide to hold with this. Good smokes, trying to hold aggressive. It's very different than how Heretics is holding on the G side. They're actually, it was Fierce was holding on their CT side. They were very passive. This is already a different game style here from Heretics. We do not want to allow them that ramp control. David with a lovely Molotov, mollies himself. As they're moving closer towards A, Maka gets one, although it gets immediately traded by Frey, as Frey has traded himself down to a 4 versus 3. Can Lucky get something done? He does get one, but he's kind of blocked off from that molly. He just has to get a closer position. 3 players taken down immediately. Down to David. All alone with 2 flashbangs and a M4. And will they decide to go for this? Like, he could go for this. There's not a lot of utility on Fierce. There's only 2 flashbangs on him. As it's looking closer and closer to a lead here from Fierce. What can David get done? As he slowly sneak towards. Hold on. Let me switch to David. Can actually get the flank here and Pulse. Does he go for this? Does he know where the second player is? He's gonna try peeking towards. He gets one, he gets 2! David! Does he have time for it? He, I believe, does have time for it. It's gonna be very, very close. He does have time for it. David, what a round there from David. Very smart. Does not take that kill until he knows where the second guy is. And maybe a bit of a 4x3 moment there. I don't think Jenko actually saw him. Really good round there from David. And I thought this was going to be a lead here for Fierce, but not looking so, as Heretics does take that lead. Although Fierce, look at the guns they have at the moment though. 3 SGs. SGs, you can never count out the SGs, but if you do lose them to the CTs, you're kind of hitting a wall there. SCGs are basically a wall at this point. Ooh, Frey does take one, gets lead taken by Maka though. Astro gets another one. And already the A side, it's still a minute and 30 seconds by the way. Just letting you know, as they already took the site. This holding passive though, the rest of the team are not there yet, as they look like they're trying to flank. Oh, look at this flank here though. You might actually pick them off depending on how slow they decide to take this. Looks like they're just trying to get in. Look at that. They're just trying to hold them back with the smokes, with the flashes until that flank gets in there. Oh Decent wall bang, gets a lot of damage out, but look at this. Oh, the flank does not manage to do anything in the end, as they decide to save those 3 weapons. And smart decision. If you guys can't get anything done on that retake, 3 players is always the best way to save, as you could still buy some weaponry on the next round. You can always force some, maybe not too much, depending on the economy, but you can always force some when you have 3 players remaining. That is the way of the days with the odd number of CS players. You survive with 2, you can't drop for 3 people, but if you survive with 3, you can drop for 2 people. Looks like they're just gonna be saving those on those last 2 players, as they do have 1 Deagle and 1 USP on Maka. Maka probably gonna try to go for that off as soon as he can. So how many rounds have they lost so far? Actually not so much. It's been a close game here. Already tied up again. Fierce. This is their map pick. What do they have going here on their T side? Opportunity for them as well to finally take the lead. Ooh, shoots the cone, but does get the kill on Pulse. So already another kill, and Maka manages to take that SG as well. So an SG picked up here. They already got another weapon on one of their teammates. So now just down to do that with this Deagle. 4 versus 5. As it looked like they're moving towards a fray, trying to get something to the Smoky. Shima managed to take him out. Down to a 5 versus 3. Again, a force buy going in the way of Heretics. Jenko takes out David. Still an opportunity here for Fierce. Can they manage to control this? Jenko is very low HP. Gets taken down by Kyoshima. Picks up that SG as well. All 4 people with weapons against 2. Now what can they get done here? They don't have any utility except that 1 Molotov trying to hold them back. But they're just pushing in. Loza gets taken down. Astro all by his lonesome. What can he do here with this SG? No utility. He's gonna try and move it all the way around. Does not scope in. Takes a bit of damage. And gives a bit of damage as well. As that boost position does take out Astro. Gets that SG. And again a force buy here from Heretics. Going the side of Heretics. And Fierce. Fierce not looking so fierce at the moment, as I'm sure they hear that pun a lot. And again, a freeze time. Is this going to be a tactical pause? It is a tactical pause here from Fierce. Probably one of the best times for... the best time for a pause. As they don't have as many rounds as they could be here. This is their map pick after all. And probably not looking so good for them here. Debatable on whether Vertical, with all these updates, honestly with all these updates, I don't even know if Vertical is T-side or CT side at this point. I'm gonna assume it's a bit more T-side because with that A split they have now, and they also blocked off the corridor position, is not a lot of angles for Heretics to, or not Heretics, the CT side to hold positions, as there's more angles from Fierce as well. At least on the A side, that is. B side hasn't changed as much as the A side. Notice a lot of teams have been going for the A side more often than the B side as well. When they're playing on T side, of course. I'm a bit concerned about the balance of the map here. I don't think it's quite ready yet. Getting better over time. Maka flashes himself in, sees if he can get any picks here. He does get one against Astro. So all down to 4 players here. Another one taken out by Davidubek. This gets traded out by Jenko. Maka gets another one. All down to 2 players, Loser and Jenko. Losing more and more rounds. Maka holding from the sandbag position, can get something done here as they try to look up from the corner. Lucky does take him out. All down to Loser. can he get done here? He does take down Maka. He takes down that offer, but they all know where he is. He gets another one. The SG. Well, I can't discredit the SG for that, of course. He's been doing really well himself. But look at that bomb position. He's going to get immediately shot from the back, and he does. Do they manage to pick up that op? Very, very unlikely, too far away. But they do have two SGs, and an SG on the CT side is as good as an op, really. Still waiting for the day it gets slightly nerfed, maybe. Heretics taking a further lead, and I think they're going to be on a 14th as well, as Fierce all down to Glocks and P250s. Not much they can really do here. Just the one deagle on Lose as they move slowly towards there. Look at this smokes and mollies though. No chance here from Fierce. If they push this smoke, oh, this grenade! Lose was taken down to 1 HP. It's a massacre, and actually 2 players taken out. All down to 2 players actually here from Fierce. They do take that op. That op does not need armor. Does not need armor. Actually, a chance here for Fierce, as they also aware of the possibility of a flank. Planting the bomb. Ooh, this grenade does take down Jenko, all down to Pulse. 1 versus 3 with an op. He's about to get flanked from the back. Yep, he does get flanked from the back. Ability to pick up that op as well. And that was a bit close. I mean, that was quite... it looked like a massacre at first, especially that one grenade that was so meaty right in the middle of everyone. But they actually managed to make it a bit close for comfort here for Heretics with that full eco. Now consider they don't even have that much money left on Heretics. They have a bit, but like not as comfortable as they could be. While Fierce has full weaponry, full utility, full... well, loss bonus if they lose this one. But they really need this round, Fierce, as Astro just gets so mollied down as the Dubik does take him out. Takes another one, and Jenko down to 3 players here. Pulse, Frey, Loze, it's your time to shine. 3 versus 5. You don't have a lot of opportunities here. Oh, for a second there, it looked like he was committing seppuku. As they're moving closer towards A, now Loza gets taken down by Maka. Davidubek holding the angle, does not get take down Pulse. Pulse gets 1, 2 versus 4. This player is about to get shot though. Pulse does save his teammate at the end. 2 versus 3. And opportunity here from Fierce. 2 versus 3. What can they get done here? Heretics flashing out the side, but not managing to take over the side. Oh, but Frey does get another kill in the end. Oh, but he does get through the smoke, all down to Pulse. Look at Pulse's position, though. He can get something done. He does not. 1 versus 2. It was a good attempt there from the 2 players, Pulse and Frey, but they did not manage to win it in the end. 15-11, and not so much money here from Fierce. $15-11, weapons but no utility. Well, I say no utility. They have some utility, but not really that much here from Fierce. As Heretics, this is the ball in their court, and looking like the first map to them, and that would be actually a very good advantage for them coming into the second map, into their own map pick. Ooh, needs a grenade here against Jenko. Jenko down to 15 HP. Throws. Looks like he's throwing his weapon out of anger there. I don't want to play this game anymore. Picks it up because he realizes he's still in a team. Can't just give up. It ain't matchmaking. They ain't face it either. I mean, I tilt more from face it than I would ever in matchmaking. Oh, Novodova gets two. He gets taken down by Frey as they are moving towards A again here from Fierce. But they're again a man at disadvantage here as well. And Heretics, prime position to finish out this map. Closer towards the A side as they are going forward, but Maka, look at his position, does get one. There's down to 2 versus 4. Is this going to be a done game as a switch to third person? Ooh, David actually gets one through the smoke. Listening for that sound cue of the footsteps does take him down. Wants to jump over. Lucky gets taken down by Frey, but look at his position from David. Oh, but Kyoshima, he's hurting. He sees his head. He takes him down 3 versus 1. And GG for the first map here. Heretics wins the map pick from Fierce. And now it's going to be the second map coming up, which is going to be Heretics map pick, which is Nuke.